Hi everyone, welcome to this Wednesday's Creative Cravings. Look, soft crafts. Go Katie.
Yay!
Don't leave me hanging. So I'm Bernie, if you've never seen me before, and this
is Katy.
Fabulous
For those of you that haven't seen me before.
So you might, if you're watching Monday, you'll have caught Katy on Monday night with our Debbie. You had a fabulous show. I did watch it, enjoy it. It was
I made
really
a
good.
card.
You did?
Yeah.
So that's is a good point actually. That's what we're all trying to achieve, aren't we? What we want is you guys, if you're wanting to learn something new, or if you haven't sewn since you were a few years younger, if you want to do it, what you're going to do is we're going to show you easy ways of how to do it, get back into it, get into a new craft. And I say, if you are a paper crafter, thank you for joining us as well, and hopefully we'll get you back on board as well and get you hooked, because it is very addictive.
And there's a lot of stuff as well that is kind of a really good crossover. So that we've got some great things tonight that actually you can use if you're a paper crafter. It's not just for soft craft. So first of all, we have got the Builder Block Alphabet and Numbers set. I am a big fan of these, and I'm going to be demoing them. And it says Builder Block Alphabet and Numbers, but I am going to show you a little bit of other things that you can do.
Oh, exciting. A twist, Builder Block with a twist.
Yeah.
And then later on in the show, we're going to bring you some English paper piece and multimedia dies. And actually, we're both going to do that section, aren't we?
Yeah,
we were going to, just one of us, and we thought, nah, we're taking over. We're both going to do it. Because we just love doing it. So that's coming up later on.
And Bernie is going to show us how to use the Gemini bag making die sets. Now, if you are new to bag making, if you've never made a bag before, this is the perfect opportunity for you. They make it so simple, don't they?
They do. They make it so accurate, you don't even have to think about it. Cut them out and you're done. And then we've also later in the show got coming up our 5 in 5. Basically what that is 5 deals in 5 minutes, and we've got some cracking items.
I've only done one, and it was all ever so quick, and my brain works like a turtle. It's a little bit slow, so it was ever so quick, and I did have a bit of a flap.
We've got Matt Cam back as well.
Oh, is Matt in today?
Matt Cam's in.
He was skiving off on Monday.
He was, wasn't he?
We had Johnny
Johnny Cam, wasn't it? But Matt Cam's back. So, you know, if you're a fan of Matt Cam, let us know. Like I said, we'd love to hear your comments. If you've got any questions,
all of the questions.
We've got our tablets and phones with us, so we'll be checking, and we'll answer as much as we can. And if we can't answer tonight, we will get back and answer as soon as possible and let you know. Let us know what you've been up to, what you've been making. Absolutely, we just want to know everything.
Yeah, definitely.
But we've also got something else special on the show, haven't we, Katie? Yeah. And you guys have already found it on the website. Let me put my paper down. Are we ready? We have a goodie bag.
Wow, a goodie bag.
So this is a needlecraft mystery bag. Well, mystery party bag, because we've got a few things in here what you may get, but it is a mystery, so you may not.
You could get anything.
The price on it, I'm not sure whether we can reveal. Shall we reveal the price now?
Go on,
it's actually £130 worth of product in here for £30. So get on the website. We've got limited quantities on there, so people have already been ordering.
Do you want to have a sneaky? You don't get it in the bag.
No, you won't get. No, not the Hessie bag. We just
something. It comes in a box.
We had to have a big bag, but I didn't want to bring a supermarket carrier bag in. Yeah. So we've been in the store and just borrowed a Hessie.
Oh, but there's some good stuff.
So in there, I'm going to let Katie just maybe pick something out and have a little tease and see what there is.
See what we've got.
A good rummage.
Oh,
I love quilting clips. Yeah. So if you get any of those in, they're ideal for all sorts of projects.
They are. They're also really good.
I'm going to be using them later on as well.
I'm going to be using them later on as well. They're good for just around the house, for bags of crisps. If you don't finish a bag of crisps.
Who doesn't finish a bag of crisps?
If you're one of those weirdos that doesn't finish a bag of crisps, you can whip it closed with that. If you do finish a bag of crisps, then you can come and join my club.
Oh, I love this.
Oh, I love this.
I was using this a couple of weeks ago. So this is our sequin fabric. but it's the sequin fabric that, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell in the box, but you know when you go the other way and you get a different colour.
One.
Yeah, two-tone.
Yeah.
That's the two-tone, isn't it? So I say you may get some of that. You may get some fabric. I mean, there's a metre of fabric there. So yeah, so anyway, that's our good about. We'll have another look later on. It's absolutely, that's a bargain.
Yeah.
£30 or $30? Amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. So while our Katie is going to go and get ready, I'm going to have a little chat of what I've been up to this last week. So Katie's going to be showing us the Build-A-Block alphabet and numbers set. Now what we've got in here is numerous sizes to make different blocks. You've got 20 dies in there in total. You've got squares and rectangles to make all of the letters and the numbers and the punctuation as well. So they're £48.50, absolute amazing price, or $62.50. And Katie's going to show you, and as she was saying earlier, she's going to show you a different slant on something that you can do with them as well, which is quite exciting. And then we've got the needlecraft party bag. So this is what we've just been showing you there, a little tease of what you could get in there. Newbies, you're going to get lots of kits in there maybe, or fabric, possibly quilting clips, absolutely, who knows what you're going to get. So it's £130 worth of stuff for £30. That's £100 saving, or $35. It's absolutely an amazing deal. So have a look on the website. So I think now I'm going to hand over to Katie, and Katie's going to bring you those Build-A-Block alphabet and numbers.
Hello. Right. So alphabet and numbers. This is obviously, it does exactly what it says on the tin. It is a die set for the Build-A-Block set of dies that create alphabet and number blocks. Now these are a bargain. These are on offer at £48.50, $62.50, and that's a saving of 30%. That's a really, really big saving. I was talking to some ladies in our store here at head office at Acliff, and they were buying the Build-A-Block, they were buying the Gemini, they were having a massive like post-Christmas treat, and they passed by the alphabet and number set, and I went, how come you've not got that one? Because they've basically got pretty much everything else, but they kept putting this one. They picked it up and then put it back. And the reason was they thought that it makes alphabet and numbers, and that's kind of it. And it does. It does do alphabet. It does do numbers. There's the whole of your alphabet is in your book. You've got all of the instructions in different sizes to make all of your alphabet, all of your numbers, and also some little punctuation marks. But it doesn't just do that. The beauty of this is it's like a miniature normal Build-A-Block set. So with your Build-A-Block, your original Build-A-Block set, you've got your squares, your half square triangles, your quarter square triangles, and everything goes together to make traditional quilt blocks. Now this does exactly that, but it does it in different sizes. So if you are wanting to make a 9 patch with like a 6-inch 9 patch from Build-A-Block, the original set, you could make a block to complement it, but you could make a 6-inch block to complement it, but using these dies. So it's you can create even more, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds more blocks using these with your original set or your Build-A-Block Plus set or your curved set and everything else. So you can use everything together. And that, I think, so basically what they do is everything that you need to cut for a patchwork block. If you are an absolute beginner, this takes all of the thinking out, which for me is great because I like to turn my brain off. So this is what you get inside the pack. You get the book with all of the instructions on how to piece your blocks, and it comes in 4 different languages, so you can also learn how to do patchwork in a foreign language, which is very useful if you like to go on holiday in Spain. You get this, which we like to call our roadmap. And this has got all of the different sizes of your dies printed on it, so you've got like a quick reference guide. And then you've got all of your beautiful dies as well. Now your dies come in this lovely flock packaging that keeps everything safe. So they are all really, really secure. You know, you just press them down and you can pop them out really easily, but pop them back in and then everything is nice and secure. It's not going to fall out. So you can just bob them away on your shelf and you know exactly where everything is. But when we are wanting to make a block, if you are using the traditional method of quilt making, you're going to cut everything out of your fabric using a rotary cutter and ruler, or you're going to be using templates and scissors. Now this takes all of that away. So let's make ourselves a block, and I quite like the look of this cross star block. That looks like a fun one. So we've got our instructions here. It says for the background, cut 12 squares and 8 half square triangles. Now if we have a little look on our roadmap, then we have a look on there and we're like, right, okay, so we want 12 squares and 8 half square triangles, but what size do we want to make it? Well, let's have a little look in our reference here for our block sizes, and this tells us exactly what size of die you need to cut in order to make the different sizes. So let's make the finished block size. That's when everything is sewn together. Your finished block size is 10 inches. That's a nice big size. And we need to use the large die size. Okay, so we go back to our pattern. We look on our roadmap and we can see that we've got, okay, half square triangle and square. Let's have a little look for the large one. So that is this one here. Let's match it up just to double check and make sure large square fits perfectly on our large square image on the roadmap. So we also need large half square triangle. Let's have a little look. I think it's that one. Yep, bob that down. And do you know what? This is the great thing about all of the builder block dies, is that they are, if you're a paper crafter, if you're used to using the regular dies, which are like a silvery colour, the difference with the multimedia dies is that they are always this gorgeous like coppery, bronzy colour. So you can straight away see the difference, because obviously sometimes you're going to have a die that might look like a paper craft die. It might be the same shape because, you know. So what we've got here is you can automatically see this is a multimedia die, and a multimedia die means that it will cut all kinds of different things. Basically anything that you would want to cut with a pair of scissors or a knife, a sharp knife or a rotary cutter, you can cut with these multimedia dies. They're a little bit thicker than regular paper craft dies, just your regular shapes. So it's another slightly different thing that we do in the land of soft crafts is our sandwich. Because we've got a thicker sandwich of fabric or material, whatever you're wanting to cut, because you can cut felt, you can cut faux leather, you can cut cork, you can cut card, you can cut paper, you can cut anything. Anything that's like thin metal, anything that you want to cut that is thinner than the thickness is thinner than the actual die, then that will cut through perfectly. So I'm going to do 8 layers of cotton fabric. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to fold my fabric up like that. And I've got 8 layers there. So the sandwich is slightly different for the plate combination. Now, you do not need, it is not essential to do this particular sandwich, but if you are trying to cut something that's extra thick and you want to just speed it through a little bit quicker, then this is the one that I recommend. So it's the clear plate. Then you've got your metal one. You've got your sandwich of fabric folded, nice and smooth. Just check that you've got no creases in there. Then you bob your die on. You can use your low tack tape to hold it in place, particularly if you're cutting multiple shapes out at once, which we're going to do in just a second. Now you can butt this fabric up to as close to the edge as you can possibly get it to avoid any waste. And that's the beauty of these dies, is that you waste very, very little fabric because you can place them so closely together. And then just add your low tack tape. It's exactly the same tape that you might use if you are a paper crafter. You can also use washi tape or masking tape. It doesn't need to be low tack tape, but that does work great. So there we go, we've got clear metal fabric, 8 layers, die with the cutting edge facing down, so that's your raised edge facing down. I popped a little bit of tape on there. Now I've got my cloudy plastic shim and my last clear cutting plate, and that's made my sandwich. I just go over to my Gemini. Now these, obviously, all of the dies work in all of the Gemini machines, all of the electric Gemini machines. It will work in your junior and it will also work in your little baby one. But we always recommend to use the biggest Gemini because a lot of our dies for soft crafts are just that bit bigger. So it works a lot better if you use the big Gemini. So there we go. Let's just take that off and take that off then. So you can just peel your tape away. Look at that. 8 perfect squares, all cut out, 8 half square triangles. Sometimes you might get like the odd little thread that just needs a snip through. You just peel off that tape. And there you go. Now you can see here that you've got like this little edge is just chopped across. Can you see that? And that's called a dog ear. We have some funny names for things in soft crafts. Your dog ear is when you create this, which is called a half square triangle. The traditional way to do it is with 2 squares. So you'd place 2 squares together and of different fabrics. You'd draw a line down the middle here and you'd sew 1/4 inch either side of that line and then cut on that line cut on the line that you marked. And then you would get half square triangles, but you'd get these pointy edges. And when you opened that out, those extra pointy bits would be in the way and you'd have to trim them down. So what this does is they're already trimmed off for you. So that takes an extra step again away. So not only are you not having to mark for your half square triangles, you're not having to do any measuring, you're referring to your book, you're referring to your diagrams, and you're just counting what you need. So what we've got here is that has already been done for you. All of that maths, all of the boring stuff, all of the rubbish stuff is already done. All of your trimming is already done. And what this also does, this shows you where your 1/4 inch mark is. So when you are sewing your block together, you've got a reference point to start. So you know when you take it to your sewing machine, or if you want to do it by hand, it's still exactly the same. You can just mark your 1/4 inch line and that's there, and that just guides you a little bit and it makes it a little bit easier to cut out your block. So then, right, we've cut our fabric out. Let's have a little look at how we might assemble this block. I'll bob my dies back. And every time you use them, just pop them back into their little house. And then because of this gorgeous box, this can just sit straight on your shelf. Everything is kept really secure, really tidy. It looks great. Okay, so we've got all of our bits and pieces, cut everything out. Let's sort it out. So I'm gonna just refer to my picture in my book. And do you know what? I think of all of the builder block sets, I really do think that you get the best value for money with this one straight off the bat. But what we've got on top of that today is this fantastic deal where you're saving 30%. Do you know, you get so much with this set. Not only have you got the ability to make the alphabet and numbers and also all of the punctuation, you have also got the added bonus of it being fully compatible with the Builder Block Original set and the Builder Block Plus set, and you can create traditional quilt blocks in exactly the same way as you would if you had Builder Block and Builder Block Plus. So it is a really fantastic set, and it's something that I think that initially you might look at and think, well, I don't really want to make an alphabet. I mean, how many times am I going to want to make an alphabet? But the difference between this one and other die sets that you might have seen for soft crafts is that this is not an applique alphabet. This is a pieced alphabet. So this is proper patchwork right there. And I think it's great. I really do love it. I love the sizes. I think that they're fantastically useful. And the blocks themselves, you can just get some really, really gorgeous designs. And it's so easy to pop everything together because all you do is you follow the picture. So all I'm doing now is just laying everything out so I know where everything goes when I want to sew it all together. And a good addition is a cutting mat. So it's really quite handy, and I think we've got this on offer today. It is a really handy thing to have. You can lay out your block, and there's 20% off this. This is the A2 folding cutting mat. So that was $29.99, but there is 20% off of that. So it's now £23.50 or $23.50. So it is a bargain, and it folds. I won't fold it now, but it does fold. So this is my block. So now what I would do here is I would take it to the sewing machine and I would place all of my half square triangles together, right sides together, and you can just add a little pin if you want to hold them in place, and then just sew 1/4 of an inch down each one. Put all of those together, and then once you've sewn those, open them out, give them a little press, make sure that they're all nice and dry. And it's a press, not an iron. So if you are ironing your shirts or your trousers or whatever, you're going to give everything a proper good iron. Pressing is just a light placing of the iron to make sure that your seam is set, but you're not kind of ragging it all around. Right, so let's go over that again. This fantastic alphabet and number set, £48.50, $62.50, saving 30%. It is a fantastic deal, and it is a set that I know that you will go back to again and again and again. Whether you are a completely new sewer or whether you are a more experienced sewer, then this is something that you'll come back to again and again and again. I promise you will, because I love it so much. So on top of all of these fantastic deals today, we also have, don't forget, Club Inspire. If you're not a member, join up now. It is a fantastic, fantastic club. So here's Sarah, she's going to tell you all about it.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
Hi, welcome back. Right, I've brought something in with me. I don't want to leave it out, let it out of my sight. The goodie bag. Now, a little birdie tells me in my ear that these are going like hotcakes. So if you are wanting one of these, head on over to the website. They are limited stock. We haven't got that many of them. And like I say, like we were showing you before, you're not going to get exactly what's in here. This is something you may get. In this one, we've got a crochet kit. So look, we've got little owl there. And then we've got that sequin fabric. There's actually, I was looking in here earlier when Katie was doing her bit, and we've got 2 meters of fabric and then another ½ meter of fabric as well. A magazine, we've got stencils, we've got a DVD, well, no, is it DVD, CD-ROM with our Lizzie? There she is. Hi Lizzie, if you're watching. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. So £130 worth of stuff in there for £30 or $35. So that is our party bag for today. So like I say, head on over the website. You can also look at everything else we've got on the show as well. I am now, as promised, going to bring you our bag making dies. So this range that we brought out, we had 3 in this range. And I'm going to show you, we've got this one here, which is the carpet bag. And what happens with our dies, if you haven't used our dies before for making bags, they're perfect, especially for a beginner, for an intermediate, for an advanced person. What it's doing is it's giving you all the shapes to cut the actual bag pieces, the handle, the gusset, and you can make it without a gusset like I'm going to show you today. And if there's a zip insert as well, and you can leave it in or out. So, you know, you can go from a basic bag up to extra steps and put them in there. But you're getting all the pieces in there as well. Now, the good thing about our bag making dies is there's a link inside that'll take you to step-by-step instructions and video content as well. Now, normally it's Lizzie or myself who is showing you those, or Jen. Sometimes Jen does them for us as well. So that's the first one, our carpet bag. Now these are £28.50 each, or $39.50. That is a saving of 20%, which is fab. And especially this time of year as well, we like a good saving, don't we? So that's the carpet bag. And then the next one, this is the bowling bag. Now, there is alternatives, like I say, with this one as well. So you've got the main shape of the bag, you've got the gusset, and you've got the handles as well, or you can do it without the gusset. You can make the handle as long as you want. Absolutely, totally up to you. Make it as a crossbody bag, whatever you want to do. So that's the bowling one. And again, that's $28.50 and $39.50. And then also, you get in the third bag. However, one thing I haven't told you about, as well as the bag dies in this offer, you are getting with each one a pack of 6 magnetic clasps. And I absolutely love these. I'm actually going to open it up because I'm going to use one today, but I'm just going to open it up and show you how these work. So if you haven't seen these before, what they are is, so you get a little disc on each side, like that. And then you get in, now me with my daft nails on, trying to open these up is quite funny. There we go. So you get 2 ends, 2 fasteners there. So if we can see them, you've got innie in and outie. And I'm going to show you how easy it is. Now you're getting 6 of those in the set, which is absolutely fantastic. And that's in with your bag die. So straight away there, you've got enough to make 6 bags. You just need some fabric. If you've got the party bag, you're going to have possibly some fabric in there. So you've got everything, you know, you need to make it. So there are our 3 bags. The other items we've got is another great feature that I love is our zips on a roll. Now, zips on a roll, 25% off our zips on a roll. We've got the So Retro Country, which I can't reach. I've got them too far away, me on the table. We've got the So Country ones. Now they come in, you get 2 rolls of zips in those, and also the So Retro ones. And they were $15.95, were now $8.95, was it? I'm too late. £11.50 or £9.50 for those ones. And then we've got the Threaders concealed zips. And these are the ones which I'm going to show you out of the packet later on when we do the bag. Now the difference between, if you think what's a concealed zip, if you've heard the term invisible zip, and you'll find them a lot on clothes. So if you've got a dress and you've got a zip down the back and you can't really see the zip, you can just see the little tab at the top, that's an invisible zip. So I've got 4 different colours to choose from of these ones. Absolutely amazing price, 25% off. That's a really good bag. And what you're doing is you get in 5, let me double check, is it 5? Yeah, 5 meters of zip and 10 sliders. So you've got 10 zips there straight away, or one big massive long one zip, and keep the sliders for another packet. So they are our concealed zips. So I say we're going to have a look at those as well. So right, so shall we dive into one of these and have a look? And if you want to go and have a look on the website as well, crafterscompanion.co.uk, in the UK.com, in the US.eu for our European family. I love that. Debbie, I was watching Debbie the other night and she was saying everyone's our family, and I thought, oh, I love that. So I've borrowed that, Debbie. I've loaned it. I hope you don't mind. So you can still shop while you watch, you know, you don't need to leave us now. There's all different platforms that you can watch us on. But if you head over to the website, go on Crafters TV, you can watch via there, watch live. You can also view the offers. And just to let you know as well, these offers are on 48 hours. So up until, what we say, Wednesday, so Friday, you've got till Friday to get them in. But to be fair, if you want one of these, you need to order it because they are flying out. And we've only got limited stock. We have only got limited stock. And I want everyone to get one. I haven't got one, but I wonder, I think I can maybe take one home with me or not. Maybe no, I will have to leave. Oh, I'll have to leave it. We'll leave it. Anyway, Katie, you'll get jealous, won't she? Right, so let's have a look. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to open up the crossover bag. Now, if you're starting out, as I say, as a sewer, and you wanting to do an easy project, if you were a paper crafter, basically it's die cutting, and that's your thing, right? If you're a paper crafter, you're a die cutter. So this is just die cutting again. Now I have got one open, so I'm not going to open that one, so just bear with me a second. And I used proper scissors for cutting these. I was watching Katie earlier before we started. She was cutting plastic with scissors. and I got really scared. She'll be watching me now. So yeah, remember, if you've got any questions, pop them on and Katie will let us know if you've got any questions for me to answer. So if you open up the packaging, and this happens a lot on our packaging now, if you open it up here, you will see inside it'll give you some of the instructions, and these are the die cutting instructions. So it's how you lay it out for your zip, gusset, and the main piece. So you've got that information there to start with. It'll also tell you what you need to make an item. So we've got outer lining, outer fabric, lining fabric, bit of wadding, your die cut machine, obviously, basic sewing kit, sewing machine, zipper foot, 12.5-inch zip, and an iron. But you're not going to need all of them today, because I'm actually going to make one up really quickly and show you how you can do it without the zip and a tiny little handle that you don't have to stitch for a length of time unless you want to lengthen it. So let's get cracking, because we've got so much to show you. So what you're going to say is, oh, right, hang on, Bernie, that's like half a piece. And this is what we do. We like to do it so we're giving as much value for money to you guys. So we actually cut in a lot of the items on the fold. So I've got our Riley Blake fabric here. Okay, he was using it before. It's absolutely amazing. 15% off. It's a lovely fabric. And it washes lovely as well, and that's one thing I like about fabric. I always think it sometimes feels nice when you get it, but it's what it's like in the washing. You want it to wash nice. So all I've done is I've roughly cut my fabric, and you'll be more careful and have it a bit closer, but obviously for our purposes we'll just roughly cut it. And what I'm doing is I'm going to cut the outside of the bag, and I need 2 pieces, but as you can see I've folded it separately. So you're going to have those folds placed together on there like that. Now I've got 4 layers of fabric there. I've got the clear plate. I'll find my tape. I've got the metal shim. And then I'm going to place the bag, and the open part of the die is going on that fold or just over a little bit, because what there is on here, and you may not be able to pick it up, is actually it goes right to the end. So it can, if it goes over a little bit, really do not worry. It's absolutely fine. So I'm just going to tape that down just so it doesn't move. And then tape the other side down. And then what you need to do is you need to cut your 2 pieces for your outside. So I've got plastic shim. And then my clear plate. I'll just move my Gemini over, so cut them through. So we want 2 pieces for the outside. We want 2 pieces for the lining. Now, the other thing we've got on the show is we've got a pack of 4 leather, which is our patchwork leather. If you use 4 leather for this, you wouldn't actually need to do a lining, because it's not going to fray inside, and it's quite a lot thicker than fabric. So you could actually do it with just 1 layer. 1 layer of that. You wouldn't need to put the lining in. So we've got 1/2 metre of that. It's a lovely, it's here, it's a lovely. So it was $12.99. It's now £11, or $18.99, now $16. And it's extra wide as well. How wide is it? I've got the size on here somewhere. I don't remember how wide it is. I can't remember how wide it is, but it is extra wide. Is really extra wide. So have a look on the website at that as well, because like I say, you don't need any lining with that. And we've got stacks of deals on the website. There's absolutely tons. There's always more than what we can actually show, because we have so much that we want to get through. So there we go. So they're our 2 pieces cut. That's the front and the back. So I'm going to quickly do the lining, and I'm going to do it in exactly the same way. Oh, now I've got a fold there. No, I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to do it, fold it together. There we go. And I've still got a bit of sticky tape on my die, so I'm just going to utilise that. Waste not, want not. We don't like wasting anything as crafters, do we? We don't like chucking anything out or anything. So yeah, so like I said, this is a really easy project. If you're already used to die cutting, then you've got over halfway through already. Absolutely. And then we're going to cut this, and then we're going to cut a little bit of wadding. Now, we've got wadding on the show as well, so if you need your wadding, you think we planned it. So we're going to put, now you don't have to put wadding in. I've also got here, just to show you, I've got some interfacing But I do prefer to put wadding in, but you can put interfacing in if you prefer. But I'll just move that out the way. So, and there we go. I mean, it just cuts like butter, look at it. Absolutely pristine. Now if you were trying to do this by hand and you were trying to cut that curve with a pair of scissors or even a rotary cutter, you're not, I mean, I can't say you will never get it as even, but with a die it's just so quick and you're getting it so accurate. So that's back, and then, oh, I've got extra fabric here. Oh yes, that's my handle. And now I'm going to cut my wadding. So again, you can put your wadding through and cut your wadding as well. So you can cut everything. Absolutely everything. And I say it's just so easy. All right. Give that a little bit of sticky. And I say the wadding as well. So I'm using here our 80-20 wadding, which is 80% cotton and 20% polyester. Or we've also got the 50-50, which is 50% cotton, 50% bamboo. And I like to use any of those, to be fair. They're lovely and soft. And it's about 2 meters wide when you buy it. So if you bought half a meter, you're getting half a meter by 2 meters. And basically you're going to use that. If you want any extra padding, so predominantly people will buy it straight away for quilts, put it in quilts. But I like, if I make a cushion, I'll put a little bit of wadding behind the front. It just feels more sumptuous. I really do like wadding. There we go. So everything is cut out. Now, like I said before, on this bag you can put a gusset in, and you can also put a zip in the top. But we're not going to do that. We're going to be a rebel. And I just want to cut a little strip. So all I'm going to use now is my ruler and my new 45mm rotary cutter. That's all I'm saying. Keep watching. Keep watching. Right, so I'm just going to cut a little handle. We don't need a long handle for this. And I've got my ruler on here. I'm using our A2 cutting mat. So this is the one that gives you that extra space to cut, or obviously you can fold it up as well and turn it into A3. I think we've got 20% off this mat today. It's £23.50 or $23.50. That is an absolutely fantastic price for this. I use mine all the time, and you know the other thing I use it for as well is when I've done part of my work or part of my blocks and I'm at a class and I haven't finished, I'm doing it, you know, a bit a week, I'll fold it up and put my projects inside, and it keeps them all nice and flat so they don't get all scrunched. Because sometimes when you finish the project you can just shove everything in your bag, and when you get home you've got to iron everything as well. Again. Okay, and also if you want a bigger one, or if you need more space like me, we always need more space, don't we? We've also got the A1 mat, which tri-fold, is that the right phrase? It folds 3 times and it'll fit in your bag, so you can take that to workshops as well. Absolutely perfect. Now that, I'm just going to have to take my glasses off to check the price of this, because that is never £39.50. or $43.50. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I do love my mats. So what I'm doing now is I'm just lining up my outside fabric, and I've got my stick and spray here, or whatever glue you choose to use, and just adhere it on. You could actually do it without gluing it down if you didn't have any, but I like to just secure it down. Let's have a look, and then we'll do the other one. And I'm putting these on the outside pieces. So, and I don't have to think about which way I'm putting this, because that die has made that accurate and perfect. So it's not actually, you don't even have to think about it. And I think sometimes as well as a as a beginner, or if someone who's getting back into a craft, sometimes you can think, oh, all this new technology might puts me off and all of this. But what it does is just makes everything so much easier. It really, really does. Right, so we've got both of them on there. I'm going to get rid of that. Don't forget about that party bag, mind. It's going quick. It's going quick. I've kept it here. I'm looking after it. It's here. It's here. So head on over to the website. I say we've got loads of offers on the website. We absolutely, well, I don't know how we do it, to be fair. Right, so I'm getting the sewing machine out. Here we go. So what I've done is I've placed both of the front and the back of the outside together. And I've got the lining separate here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to sew down this side and we're going to leave that curve free for now. Okay. So, all right, so, and what you also want to do as well, you want to make sure that you always, when you start, oh, am I on the right stitch? Oh, I'll tell you what, do you know what, because I was using this for free motion and I haven't put my feed dogs back up, so I was thinking, why is it not sewing? So if that happens to you, you know why. So when you start, you want to secure your stitch at the beginning, because we're going to be sewing around that curve later. So you just want to make sure that you've got it well, nice and secured. So I'll just speed up. So I'm just going to stitch. And instead of pivoting at the bottom, I'll tell you what I do, top tip, I sew off, turn it round and then start sewing again. And I find that sometimes gives it that little bit of extra security on the corner. So we're going to sew all the way along. You see how easy it is? So along the bottom, sew off and sew up the side. And then we're going to do almost the same with the lining pieces. But when we come to do that, remind me, I need to leave the gap in the bottom, leave a comment. Because how many times, honestly, I've done that, and I'm sure other people have done it as well. You haven't left a gap to turn it through. So there we go. So I've stitched all the way around there. So we've got our outside of our bag. So I'm going to do exactly the same with my lining. So again, right sides together. You would press yours, you wouldn't have it little creases there. And if you need to pin, or if you've got the quilting clips, you can use them as well. So if you do get a party bag and you've got them in. But yeah, if you need to clip, that's fine. So I'm just going to stitch and then reverse back just to make sure. And I'm going to leave a gap in the bottom. And when you do leave a gap, always leave a decent one to what you need to pull through. And when you do stop to make the gap, just reverse it back like that. Especially if you've got chunky material, you find you've got a lot to pull through. There we go. All the way up this side. And then now I'm going to quickly make the handles. So that is now our inside with a gap in the bottom. Right, so with the handle. Now the other thing as well, find me handle please, you don't actually need to make a handle. If you've got some webbing, if you've got some strapping, you could use that. That would be absolutely fab. So what you would do with this, now I'm not going to press it today. I have brought my iron, but I forgot to switch it on. Oops. So what we're going to do is you're going to fold whatever width handle you want, fold it in half and give it a press, wrong sides together, then open it up and then fold those inside bits into the middle on both sides. And I haven't brought my, I have brought my clips. I've got my little pin cushion. See, always have your clips to hand. It's my little cupcake pincushion. So you would pin yours, you would press yours first, and then it helps keep it in, but for today I'm just going to pin. So we've got them folded there, and then I've got my clip in there, and then all the way to that one, and then we'll just do that. So you can see how that's really easy. And I find I prefer this way of putting it together. The other thing is you could put right sides together, so all the way down, then turn it through. But I find I have a bit of a chew on turning it through, so I like to do it this way. And then all we're going to do is stitch down there. So let's quickly make the handle. Got our lovely Gemini machine as well. It's the Pro. If you are on the lookout for a new machine, this is a fab machine. It's got one of my favourite features on a machine, which is the needle down position. So you can see I've got my needle down here, and what that means is when you've stopped sewing, your project doesn't go anywhere, and if you need to readjust, you can lift up the foot. If you need to swivel or whatever, it's not going to move. So here we go, we're just going to stitch all the way down. Now, what I would then do as well, but I want to get the bag put together for you, is what I would do is we've got that stitch down one side. I would actually stitch the same down the other side, so it's equal, and then you've got, I like things equal, but we'll just do one side today. Right, so now we're now going to take our outside of our bag and we're going to turn it the right way. And remember this fabric I'm using, if you're liking it, the Riley Blake Edie Jane, 15% off today. So it was $7.99, it's now £6.50, or in the US $5.49 or $4.50. But it's fabulous. There's all different ranges in. There's the navy, the teal, the cream, the pink, there's the script. Have a look at this. It's script or letter. I think it's letter. I always call it script. It's got lots of little writing on it. It's absolutely amazing. So we've turned that out that way, okay? And then I'm going to get the lining and I'm going to pop the bag, the outer, into the lining. And just push it in there. And then what we're going to do is we just need to line up these side edges, but we want to insert the handle. So if we pop the handle in, like that, and we're just going to match that up and that up. Now, there is a bit of a point there. So all you're going to do is, if you follow from the side, you can see there, we've matched those sides up, and you can pin or clip for this. I'm just going to pop a couple of pins in there, and then one on the other side. Okay, and then we're going to do it round and do exactly the same on the other side. And the key one is to make sure you don't twist that handle. Nothing like a twisted handle. So I'm going to pull it back out, and I'm going to feed it round, and it'll just feed underneath your bag, but your bag will just all scrunch up inside. That's absolutely fine. Now, hoping I haven't twisted that, we'll find out. I don't think I have. I think I've got it there. There we go. And then with this one, I'll just show you how you can use the clips. So you can do it with the clips as well. Okay. And then, so can you see now how that curve, can you see how it just goes all the way around and it fits? And you're just going to move it up with your fingers, pop a clip in that side, turn it round, do the same on the other side. Don't worry about what's happening inside as long as it's away from your stitching. It can be all scrunched up. To be honest, you could pop it together with a few clips if it's getting in the way. Sometimes if you're doing a thicker fabric, it can feel a bit bulky. So now we are just going to stitch all the way around there. So for this, what I'm going to do is take off the accessory box on the machine. So this turns your machine into a free arm, and this is great for using for smaller pieces like this, where you think, oh, I'm not going to get that round, it's going to be a little bit awkward. So this is a great feature to have on a machine. So again, I'm just going to do a little bit of a reverse, needle down, and I'm just going to go around. And sometimes when you're stitching curves together, especially if you cut them freehand, what you may find is that it goes off a little bit. But with this, you know it's going to actually fit because those pieces were cut with the same die, so they were absolutely exact. And then you're just going to gently go around. And then what I'm doing here, when I get to the bit with the clip, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to my stitch line on my seam. And then I'm going to, one more, and then I'm going to lift the needle because we've got that needle down position. And then I can pivot and line it back up and go all the way around the other side. And then we're going to get to the other side with the handle and stitch that down. So remember, these bag dies, you're getting all the pieces to make them. All the instructions are there. You can go online and look at the video tutorials, either Lizzie or me or Jen will have done those. Also as well, you're getting those 6-pack of magnetic clasps in there, and once I've sewn this bit and turn it through, I'll show you how we position those on. You're getting all those in the deals, absolutely fantastic. £28.50 is just amazing, and even just with this one set you're getting enough to make at least 6 bags if you use the fastener on each one, and it may be that you use a bit of hook and loop, or you don't have to necessarily use the fastener on each one. You can keep them for another project. Okay, but it's great. I mean, do have a look on our website. Now, where's Katy's scissors? There we go. Because we have, there's the blog on there, the inspiration, there's loads of ideas. There's loads of projects as well, free projects. You can just go on and get the free projects. So all I'm doing there is just trimming there. And the other thing what I would do is I'll just do one side. I'm just going to a little bit trim, just clip into that curve. Not right up to the stitch line, just the way along. I'll do the other side. And because it's a gentle curve, you'll find when you turn it through, if you think, oh, that looks a bit puckered, just turn it back through and just give it a little bit of a clip. So now we'll find out if I got my handle twisted. Fingers crossed. That's it. So we're going to turn it through. And then, so we've got there's our outside of our bag. There's put it through, which you're going to sew up. And then there is, look at that. I love that handbag. Absolutely love it. Look at that with the handle. And all you're going to do with your magnetic fastening is put it onto the inside lining piece, and then you actually have got a fastener on the top of the bag. Or you don't need to. You could leave it in if you want. Now, I think someone's spied me making my bag and has took a bit of a fancy because they've snuck in. She's got the party bag, girl. She's got the party bag. Party girl. Yay. What do you think? Boop, boop. What do you think, Katy?
I love it. Look
Isn't
at
it
that.
fab?
That looks great.
Yeah. So no gusset, no zip. And I've made that in what, 15 minutes?
Yeah, about 15 minutes.
Like that?
Yeah.
It's absolutely fab, isn't it? And it just shows how versatile they are.
Yeah.
You don't have to put all the extras on.
For a beginner, aren't they?
Perfect.
We've had a couple of questions.
Have we? Oh,
yeah,
lovely. We like questions.
Anne has asked how long the deals are on for.
So the deals are on for 48 hours.
Yep.
Or while stocks last, the way the party bag's going. Be quick, Anne, if you want a party bag.
And also, Katy, not me.
A different
Katy. She's just got a great name. She's not a sewer. We're going to try and convert her. So she would really like to make a quilt out of her children's clothes. So I've suggested that anything that's stretchy, to interface that first before you cut it, and then you can cut through the Gemini. If you just add a normal iron-on interface on the back of it, anything that's a bit stretchy, it will cut absolutely fine, won't it? Anything else that you can?
Or even if cotton. If you do cotton, because obviously without Gemini, we can cut up to 6 layers.
Yeah.
I know we cut a few more sometimes as well. So you can cut through multiple layers as well. The other thing as well is if she's making just cutting squares out. So if there's a t-shirt with a motif on, if you've got something like that, or a bib that you can cut out the square that you've got then and make it in squares, so you're actually accenting those designs that are in the clothes. And then what about using our quilt and pattern guides as well? Yeah, because you need to quilt really it. Simple. Yeah, you need to quilt it. We've got a few on the show there. So this is
a perfect example of a nice
because this is the arc, so it's straightforward. Your foot is going in that groove, and you're sewing, so you can't go off. You can't go off at all, and you can for a baby quilt. So obviously it's not going to be a big size. You'd have that made in no time at all and quilted. Yeah, and these are 20% off these as well. We've got the arc, we've got the scallop, we've got the chevron, and then we've got this in the 6-in-1 sets. We've got the paisley one, which you've got there, and then I've got the circle one. We'll call them that because that's the shape in the middle. And then we've got the circle one here as well. So this is the circle one here, and then you've got all different designs as well, which you can use to make borders, or even. Here's the thing, when we made this, we could have actually quilted the fabric with the wadding behind. So when we cut the outside, we could have actually quilted a pattern. That would have looked good. And you know, I think the chevron or the arc possibly just going across the bag, and that's an ideal to start on a small project, isn't it? Yeah. Absolutely perfect. Really good start. So yeah, so they are our quilt and pattern guides if you're after doing a little bit of quilting. So yeah, so if Katie we'd love to see it, Katie, when you make it. Yes. We'd love to see it. And if you do want to have a go at the quilting, these are all the pattern guides that we've got. So £15, is that Katie? I have to keep my glasses off to check that price, because from £15.50. And also as well, what you've got there is the reference guide. So on the bottom right there. So what that is it's an 12.5-inch square with those lines that you can see are actually grid lines that you can get your heat erasable pen in or your chalk pen in to mark out the grid on your fabric. And what that's going to do is help you plan out your design so you can get it even, or if you want it even, if you don't want it even, you can just go for it. Yeah. You know, so that they're from £15.50. So have a look at those. And then also just to look at the bag dies again. So we had those 3 sets. So the one I was using was the crossover bag, and then we've got the carpet bag and the bowling bag. So they're all £28.50 or $39.50. However, you're not just getting the die set, you also getting that 6 set of magnetic clasps. So you can put them, I mean, you can keep them to put on your bags, can't you? You can use them on your bags, or use them for another project, or put 2 on your bag. What about this, though? Oh, here it is. What about this, though? These are going to sell out, I reckon. They're going to go out there. They're going to go. Honestly, I looked before in this one in particular. There's 3 meters of fabric in this one. Is there? Yeah. There's loads. So it's totally random what you're going to get, but for £130 worth of stuff for £30, or $35. I really like that. Oh, I love a little bit of crochet. I started a little bit of crochet over Christmas. I can't crochet. I started some little granny squares. I can't crochet. We've got glitter paste. I can't even say it. Glitter paste. If you fancy a bit of glitter. For fabric. So that's fabric. So again, this is the crossover with paper. If paper crafters have used glitter paste and things. This is an ideal. A lot of the things are the same. This is an ideal starter for if you're not a sewer, or if you're very, very new to sewing, if you'd like to just give it a little bit of a whirl. There's going to be a lot of things in this party bag that are probably a nice introduction for you. Yes. And if you are already a sewer, then there's going to be stuff in there that you haven't done before that is new. Do you know what you could do as well? So if you got one and your sewing buddy's got one as well, and you might want to do a little bit of a swapsy. Yeah. Yeah. If you like something more than something else in their bag, and have a little bit of a little swap going on. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. That'd be good if you're in a little soul club or anything. As well. So let us know what you would do. Oh yeah. Because you got so much stuff. What was it? £130 worth of £130 worth of kit for £30 or $35. So
if you think the amount of stuff that you've got in there that you can just give to some of your crafty friends for Christmas or for their birthdays, or just because you love them.
It's fab.
Do you know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's 5 and 5, or 5 for 5.
5 and 5, 5 past 5.
5 past 5. It's
Katie,
9 minutes past 5.
Katie, would you be able to grab them for us? Because
I can. I've got to
apologies, I've left them over there.
I've got to pick up my stick and scoot over.
I'm going to make a bit of room because we need a bit of room for this, Katie.
Yeah.
I've just dumped everything. And welcome to Matt Cam's here. Hi, Matt Cam.
He's not looking very cheerful today. Does he look at his face? That's it. That's a fake smile he's got as well.
Matt Cam's fine.
Looks like he's got wind or something.
Oh,
Got wind.
If you're loving Matt Cam, leave us a comment and we'll pass them all on to him because we love Matt Cam. Right, so I'm not sure what order we're going in for these. So what's going to happen is we've got 5 items here. Some, if they're a fabulous deal or they're a fabulous product, could be a new product.
Could be a new product. Might be.
Could be one that we've put in there because we love it so much that we're going to have a minute each. So 5 minutes. So 5 things in 5. So I think, do you want me to go first, Katie?
Go on,
and then we'll do a swapsy. And then we're going to get a countdown. Oh, we've got the clock on the screen. The clock's on the screen. Look at it all posh. So the first one is. So I'm going to grab the first one because I know it's this one here, and I'm going to wait for the countdown. Then I'm going to show you where it is. So count me in 3, 2, 1. Right, so we have our Gemini Multimedia dies. These are nesting dies, they are hexagons. You have got, I can't even count, 1, 2, not the hexagons, the butterflies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 butterflies. And then what you're going to get, so I was thinking hexagons. What you're going to do with these is you're going to make them into a plique. If I turn it around, you can see this cushion here. You've got a plique on there. You could do 2 together and sew them and get stuff them with a little bit of potpourri or lavender or something like that and hang them as a little bit of gift. Make them out of your glitter fabric. Absolutely amazing. And you're getting all of those for £21 or $33.50. Saving 15% on the nesting dies. Because they're multimedia as well, you're getting 6 dies in there. They're going up to 6 layers of fabric, and you can always try a few more if you want to. And they're going to cut all different mediums of fabric. Faux leather, glitter, mount board, your choice.
Shut up, you. It's my turn now. Right, we've got the sewing box. Now this is from the Sew Country range. Do you know what? This reminds me of being little. I used to have, my nan used to have a sewing box that was just like this. And it was this same gorgeous kind of retro fabrics. 25% off. It's £18.50, $19. It's Sarah's Signature Collection, Sew Country. It's gorgeous. Look at it. It's got a little handy pocket for your bits and a pin cushion. You can pop your pins in there. Everything nice. I mean, we could do with one of these ourselves, really, couldn't we? We've got everything in there, nice handle, take it out with you. Don't know where you take it, but isn't it gorgeous?
It's fabulous, isn't it?
And it feels lovely. The fabric is gorgeous. It's really, really it's kind of like a sateen, not a normal cotton. Gorgeous, I love it.
So now we have here our Egyptian stranded cotton. This is amazing. You've got 6 colours in here. Now, it actually says the festive collection, but these colours, you've got the blue, you've got the red, you've got the mustard. How in is mustard? You've got a mid-brown, you've got a grey, absolutely, mustard and grey, fabulous. And then you've got that green, so you can use that for your foliage as well. You've got 8 metres on each skein of this, £6 or $8.50. Now, if you've never used Egyptian cotton before, it feels luscious. Sometimes when you use the embroidery thread, it can be a bit rough and it can go through your fingers feeling a little bit rough. But this is absolutely, totally soft. And I say you've got those 8 metres on there. You've got the 6 different skeins. You've got those festive colours, £6 or $8.50, absolute bargain.
We've got D-rings. There's not a great deal I can say about these, really. They are brass, They are £4, $5.50, you're saving 15%. Now the great thing about these today is how they go so well with our bag making dies. So you get with the bag making dies the magnetic clasps. You can use your D-rings to hang your straps. So let's have a little look here. You can just bob a D-ring at the end of your handle there, and you can have it as a on your flaps. You can have it wherever you like. They're great. You can also use these to make like tassels and key rings and things like that, can't you? They're really useful, and they're nice and heavy. That's the thing about these, that they are a really good quality product.
So now, next we have our rotary cutter, and I'm taking it out of the box. This is our 45mm. It's me with my daft nails, Katie. You're trying to get out of the box. You're getting 2 free blades with it. Here we go. So you're getting 2 free blades with it. You're getting an ergonomic design. You're getting that grip there for when you're opening it. You've got the locking action on there. So that's open. We can see the blade moving. We are locking it. You cannot move that blade. So that's a great one. If you're changing the blade, you're going to lightly screw off the knot on there and actually then swap your blade over, and it's easy for left or right-handed people. So this is brand new. £21.99 or $29.95. It's an absolute must. I'm a lefty and I've tested the life out of this, and I know Katie and Lizzie have tested it as right-handed as well, and absolutely fantastic. They say it is so ergonomic. Once you have cut your fabric, you're going to lift it up and that blade goes back up. So the health and safety aspect of this is you've got no danger, and the lockability as well.
Out of the box, left-handed.
Yes.
We're done.
That's it. Yay! So we had some fab deals. I love that. I'm going to put that back in the box.
Swap this back to
as well.
Left-handed.
Are you swapping it over? So we've now made a mess.
You'll get grumpy with
but
it,
we
won't
don't care. We don't care at all. So they're all 5 and 5. So have a look on the website and have a look at all of those. And
Thanks,
I say
Matt. Bye,
there's
Matt.
still a
Matt's
few
gone now.
party bags. Oh, bye, Matt. Didn't say bye.
Didn't say bye.
Bye,
Didn't
Matt.
even say bye. He's left us.
He's gone. Bless him.
In a
He's
bad
gone for
mood,
his
isn't he?
tea now.
He's got
He's gone for his tea. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think Matt's having for his tea, Matt Gam? Any ideas? I wonder if we've got any comments. We'll have to have a look in a bit.
Fish finger.
We'll have to have a look. Shall we have a look and see if we've had any comments?
Let's have a little look.
You have a look first. Are you there?
I've got a.
Let's have a look.
I've got a message from my child.
Oh dear. What's for tea?
I've hurt my foot.
So have we got any comments? Afros.
Candy likes
here we
these dies for the bags. Me too. Yes. They do make bag making so simple. They do, don't they?
They do. Oh, now we've got a comment here from Liz Smith, who was watching when you had the builder block on.
Hi, Liz.
And hi, Liz. She said, I only have the original builder block and made my first quilt with it along with Jennifer Tryon.
Oh, yes.
Well done, Liz.
Bit of Jen.
Love the system. We'll have to get the alphabet one. I hope you've treated yourself, Liz, because it is an amazing.
It is, and it works so well.
Kit.
You know, you can use that with the builder block original set. You can use it with the plus if you've got that as well, and it is a really, really versatile set. It's great. It's so good.
Right.
So
do you know who else is watching us as well?
Who else?
Our Craig. From up in the sky. He's on the aeroplane and he's watching us.
What happened to him
and he
then?
commented and said he's loving your outfit today.
I'm wearing denim again.
So, Craig, I've got a new top on.
I've got a bit of denim on. Craig,
so yeah, he's loving
Craig
your outfit.
commented on what I had on the other day as well.
So shall we have a recap of what we've had so far?
Yes,
We've had loads, haven't we?
We've had so much. I'm going to go first.
You go first.
We have got the bag making die sets with the magnetic clasps. £28.50, $39.50, saving 20%. And you've got all of the different ones to choose from: the bowling, the carpet, the crossover, and also obviously with those magnetic clasps. Next deal, we have my favourite of today, the builder block alphabet and numbers. It is just it's a fantastic set. It really, really is. £48.50, $62.50, saving 30%. And you get so many dies. You can make your standard blocks from 6 inches right up to 12 inches and then beyond, because there really isn't any kind of limit, is there, Bernie?
There isn't.
Nothing.
No, it's absolutely, honestly, once you start playing with them and then you see you'll probably make a design by accident and think, oh, actually, I like that.
Yeah.
And just swapping the colours around so it doesn't have to be.
No.
You know, the alphabet numbers is the starting set
once
for
you've
you.
made your quilt, you want your alphabet and you want your quilting pattern guides, don't you?
Love these.
Prices from £15.50. You are the master of the quilting pattern guides, you, Bernie. They're lovely. So many different designs, really, really versatile, saving 20%. And then what else have we got?
We've also got, we've got a bit of a drum roll. We've got our Needlecraft party bag. And like I say, in here, you're getting £130 worth of goodies for £30 or $35. You're saving £100 or $100. Like, that's just madness.
Yeah.
But they're absolutely flying out, everyone. So you need to, if you want one, they're possibly not going to last till the 48 hours they should be on there. It'll be while stocks last. So if you have ordered one, pop on the comments and let us know, because we'd love to hear what everyone's ordered as well. And then next coming up, we've got our English paper piecing, guys. And it helps that I am here with the English paper piecing queen. 3 different sets you're getting in here, but actually there's 2 in each one to choose from, 2 different shapes. £8 or $11. That's a saving of 25%.
Yeah. And each set, there's 4 dies. So it's an absolute bargain as well.
The queen of English paper piecing.
I love English paper piecing, and you don't need a sewing machine to do it.
I'm just going to do a tidy while you...
You know, what is so absolutely fantastic about these particular dies is how versatile they are for both paper and also for fabric. So if you are not a sewer, if you just like some shapes, then you can use these to cut paper. You can use these to cut your cork. You can use these for your multimedia stuff, for your felt or anything you can make. Faux leather. You can then use them to make decorative cards or wall hangings or anything really that
so
you want to make.
like a canvas, couldn't you, and decorate it onto there.
Yeah.
So that actually no sewing
at all.
involved.
Yeah,
you're getting a great value for £8 or $11.
And they are just...
This is a jewel. This is the jewel, isn't it?
Yeah, this one is the jewel.
So jewel and the diamond.
And the diamend.
60-degree diamond, no less.
I don't know. You know about degrees, and I just know it's a diamond. So what you notice
I'm going to get the plates ready.
That there are 2 different types of. I'll pop them in my hand so you can see. So there's 2 different types of each shape. One is a solid shape with a little hole in, and one is like your regular die. Ooh. So what are the difference? What do they each of them do? Now this is specifically designed to cut out your paper shapes for English paper piecing. And this one is specifically designed to cut out whatever fabric or material that you want to cut out. So whether you are using this for English paper piecing or you using this for regular piecing, because you can hand sew these together, or if you wanted to use it for paper. So then we've got £8, $11 for one of these sets, 4 dies in each set. And now another thing that you get as well is that these both work together. Both of the shapes work together, don't they?
Fancy that.
Let's have a look. Right, let's cut them out.
I know we're going to cut. Well, I've got our plates ready.
We've got our plates ready. So as we mentioned earlier, the plate combination is slightly different for fabric than it is for paper, which is something that I learned.
Yes.
Because I'd never made a card before Monday, and I did that all by myself. Well, I did. I did that. With,
I actually watched, and it was fab. In fact, I was a little bit envious. I was thinking, oh, do you think I could jump in the car and drive down and join in? Because I would love to do.
It was a lot of fun.
I would love to do a Crafty Wars.
Yeah, it was really good fun. I loved it.
I probably wouldn't win.
No, I got the sympathy vote.
But did you get the sympathy vote again?
Yeah, without a doubt, I got the sympathy vote.
I don't want to say who I voted for.
I hope you voted for me.
I did vote for you. So, and this is, when you're paper crafting as well, and you're used to your die cutting, they say it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
But like Katie's saying, you've got a different layer of plates, which if you have our Gemini, you get the booklet and it tells you what letters to use. And if you're still unsure, go into one of our social media groups and ask the question, or even ask customer service girls. They're fantastic. Anyone will help. Did you know they actually have a Gemini on the machine in the office? I couldn't believe it. So if you ring up and you've got an issue, you know, the girls...
Do they do it there and then?
They've got them on the machine so they can actually do it for you over the phone and help you.
That.
Yeah. So if you're ever stuck...
I work in the office as well, so
is
it's
how much
attention I pay to the people that I work with. Yeah, they have moved upstairs. So
yes. Yeah. But so that's, you know, the company is full of crafters. So if you're stuck...
Yeah.
A lot of them will know. I know we sort of here as our expert area, but you know we're all crafters, so we'll all help. So and also as well, if you're crafting with someone else as well, so I think that's nice as well. Which is, well, I thought we did our little stint here together. We want to be together. So you can see now, Katie's folding a paper there, but this is not just ordinary paper. This is not. This is special paper.
Special paper.
So this is actually our transfer paper. Now, I've left the packet over there, but I think you get 10 low-tack paper for fabric. You get, I'm looking how many sheets we get. 25, I think, Katie. 25 sheets in the pack.
You get a lot.
Yeah, you get a lot. And what it is, it's like shiny on one side. Or you can there, oh, hang on there, it's catching on the right. Can you see how it's shiny on that side? But then the other side is matte. Matte,
gone.
He's gone for his tea. The other side is matte. So we've got matte and shiny. And what happens is when you iron this, it's got a low tack, a bit like, you know, the little white notes that you put on things and then peel off. Those little things. It's like that. It's not glue.
No.
But
it's almost like...
It sticks to the paper.
It's almost like a wax, isn't it?
I haven't got my iron switched on. Shall I switch it on? Do you think we've got time for me to switch it on?
I'm just going to pop that one there.
Can you do it?
I'm just going to
pop actually, I've brought a selection of glues we can use as well, or we can even stitch them. So we've got a few different ways. Yeah, we'll not. I don't really want to start clambering under the table and breaking something.
No, I'm risking
So Katie, what have you done there then? So
I've layered up my fabric with my dies on. Now my paper here, obviously this is only going to cut half a shape. We'll ignore that, but I'm just trying to get as much out of this little section as I can, and then I'll just discard that little extra bit. I'm holding it in place with my low tack tape. I like to put my tape. It just saves you slipping and then wasting time. Yeah. Because you passed it through and laid it all up, and two, wasting the fabric as well. Exactly. Because the fabric, we don't want to waste this. This is our. Oh, it's good fabric, isn't it? Riley Blake fabric is absolutely amazing fabric. The quality of it, it's 100% cotton. It washes lovely and it irons really nice as well. It does. And as we can see, 15% off. It sews together so well, and 15% off. So you're getting is it £6.50? It was like $4.50. It was an absolute bargain. We should move to the US. I think we should move. Yeah, we'll move. Can we come? That's cheaper. We're going to move. So you can see how lovely it actually comes together. Right. So I've done my the sandwich that I use if I'm trying to cut through a lot of layers. Now you don't always need this metal shim. This is not totally necessary. And if you use your metal shim, then it is a consumable. You will need to replace it. The same with your cloudy. I always say it's like ink on your printer. It is like, runs out eventually. It is. I like that one. Like I made that up. It's good, isn't it? Yeah, you're quite clever sometimes, aren't you? Sometimes, yeah. Shall I help with the paper ones? You can help with the paper ones. Oh wow! Oh, now what's this little hole in the middle? Do you know that is that's such a clever little thing. That hole is so that when you've pieced all of your shapes together, what you do is you take out the paper. You don't leave the paper in, obviously, when you've finished. That's cut through a lot of layers of that. Yeah, I think we've had maybe 8 layers, 6 or 8 layers of that. That's cut through a lot. So you can use that little hole just to poke your paper out nice and easily with a pokey tool. Well. Or a pin. I was going to say, I've got pins. Yeah. I haven't got a pokey tool. I haven't got a pokey tool either. paper crafters.
Paper crafters. See,
They
you'd
tend to
be
have
prepared.
those. Yeah.
You'd be
We're
prepared.
not.
More prepared than us. Now, what happens is when your paper comes out, don't be alarmed that it looks like it's one piece.
Yeah.
Can you see how it just looks like it's one piece? Because all it done is it's just the pressure of the machine that cuts it, and you'll see there that they actually just give it a little bit of a
That's
tweak.
my favourite bit.
Oh, sorry. Do you want to do that one then?
Yeah, I'll do that
There
one.
you go.
It's my favourite bit, peeling them.
And then you've got all of
it's
these
lovely.
pieces together. And again, you've got that shiny side, and then you've got the matte side. He's gone home for his tea. So now our next stage is we need to put them together now, Katie.
Yeah, we do.
So I've got a couple of ways to show, and I know you've got your ways to show.
Go on.
I'm sure there's another one in there, but I can't.
Can't get it with those nails.
With
Now that
me
you've turned into a girl.
I know I've turned into a girl now, and I've got nails, but I've got my single one there, so I'm going to use that one. So shall I show? Oh no, do you want to show your traditional way first? Because you were a traditional girl.
I'm quite traditional,
Yeah.
So what I'd do is I'd just place my iron ever so lightly, no steam, just a nice hot iron on that, just for a couple of seconds, with the shiny side down. Don't do it the other way because it gets stuck to your iron. Don't ask me how I know. And then that will just hold that in place. And you can use these again and again and again. It's not a one-use piece of paper.
I've done at least 10 times out of it.
Yeah, you can use them again and again and again.
A lot of times.
So what I'm going to do, because I haven't fixed that down, and if you were just using regular paper, because any paper will work, anything that is slightly thicker than copier paper is going to be better, but you can just use regular copier paper and that works just fine.
Junk mail's good.
Junk mail is brilliant. Bills, they're great.
If we get a little free local newspaper in the town where I live, and it's on nice white paper, and that's perfect, because it's, like you say, it's a bit heavier than photocopy paper. However, I have used photocopy paper before, but if that's all you've got,
if it's all you got, it's fine. Especially if you've got stuff that you've printed out and it's ready to go in the recycling, but you can use it instead.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like free paper, isn't it? So I have cut a length of thread, and it is 4-arm length. Now, always use a length of thread that's 4-arm length, because otherwise it's going to get tangled up and you are going to knot.
How do you know that?
Because I might have had that happen before.
It's true.
So
it is true. That's the same with embroidery skeins as well. So if you get some of those festive
always 4-arm
Egyptian cotton embroidery threads, always the arm length.
So I'm going to take my shape, I'm going to fold down across one edge, and I'm just going to feel for the edge of that shape and just kind of lightly rub it. Move to the corner, hold it with my thumb and finger, and just tuck that over like that and hold it in place.
Do you know as well, if ever you see any of these in a charity shop or anything like that, if it hasn't been made up, which a lot of them aren't, the top will be done, have a look at the back and there's going to be all the bits of newspaper in there and all sorts. It could be amazing. It could be like a history lesson, couldn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's sweet if it was made with like love letters.
Old love letters.
Oh.
And then you just, what we're doing is we are tacking or basting our fabrics to our paper shape. So you're just going to go through the fabric. You're not going all the way through. You're not going through the paper itself. Just go through the fabric with a couple of stitches just to hold it in place. Move to the corner and tuck it across. Now, as you can see, we've got one of those little dangly bits again here. This is like your dog ear. Now with this is absolutely fine, and you want to keep that little, it's like a little tail almost. Keep that tail wagging. Same at the corner there. Needle through, so you haven't cut your thread, you're just going straight on to the next one. And this thread, you can use any colour, because this is not going to be seen.
Does it need to be a strong thread, or is...
Do you know, for this, it doesn't really matter.
Quality thread.
No, for basting, it can be that smaller thread that you've got, that you got left over when when your grandma died or something like that, you know, I've got a box of thread that my I couldn't bear to get rid of because they were my nan's, and they're not great quality threads, but they're my nan's, so I do use them for the tacking. Now,
Katie, you've done really well there because you've actually answered Candy's question before I've even asked you it. So there you go. So Candy was just saying there, are you going to go through the paper also when sewing this?
No, I am just, no, you can do. You can go right the way through the paper, you can, but what will happen there, and let's be honest, I like to be a little bit lazy, I like to save myself a job. What will happen is when you want to take your papers out at the end, when you've finished your project, you're going to have to snip all of your basting threads in order to get your papers out if you've gone all the way through.
When I've done it by hand, I've gone through.
Yeah, see, this way you don't have to.
So it's quicker. So although it's hand sewn, so it is
it's going to
automatically going to take you time, but it's time that you're going to enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
But because you're not having to take all them basting stitches out, that takes that step out.
Yeah, it takes that step out. It also keeps those in a nice secure shape as well. And then when each side is stabilised by sewing to another shape, you can then just pop your pin in,
and that's the hole.
Or your pokey
that's
tool,
the hole, isn't
and
it? Pull
your paper out, which we're not going to do now because obviously that.
I've got another question, but I think it's from Anne. Can you use these in the junior as long as they aren't too big? Yeah. And I'm not sure whether Anne might mean the bag dies. So we can have a look at those. I think they're going to be the big Gemini.
I think
the bag dies because they're quite big. They're going to be the big Gemini. But these will even go through the mini as well. They will go through the mini. Yeah. And you can get a lot on at a time. So if you get each of the 3 sets, or how about this one, Katie? Yeah. Get a couple of the same one.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then you're multi-cutting at the same time.
Really good idea.
And you're going to have all your pieces cut out in half the time.
Yeah, that's a fab.
That's a good one, isn't it? So yeah, so keep commenting and say if we've got any questions. We're getting in trouble off Katie for
modern way.
Giving Matt a little bit of grief. He does a good job. He does a fabulous job.
He does a fabulous job.
But he did. He's gone now because we don't need him now. No. We don't need him now. We're on our sitting down bit. So I'm going to show you another couple of ways that I've got.
Show us your way.
Now, with this way here. Now with this one here, I would do this with normal paper, so regular paper. You know, your junk mail or what have you. But I'll use one of the ones that we've got cut out today. And what you can do here is use your different type of glues. So depending on what glues you've got, obviously we've got our stick and spray for fabric, which is a temporary adhesive. We've also got our Kalal textile glue, which is absolutely amazing. And I've also got a glue pen here as well. So if you have any glue pens, but make sure it's a fabric one, not a paper one.
See, wow, you say that.
Do you use the paper one?
I use just a cheap. Because
I found it's quite on the fabric.
Well, if it's a cheap one, if it's not a very good quality one, then it's great. Just a normal glue stick. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is on here, I'm going to actually spray my fabric with the stick and spray. Yeah. I'm not going to spray that. Now, I have got a little bit of interface here because I didn't want to get spray everywhere. So we're going to give it a bit of a shake and you're going to just lightly spray your fabric. Now the other thing as well, instead of using paper, you could actually use interfacing as to cut out. And if you're doing it that way, that means that you're not actually needing to take your paper out. You can leave it in. And the other thing that does as well is it gives your project some extra thickness, so you won't necessarily have to put wadding in. So what I'm going to do is my paper's nice and fabric's nice and tacky. I'm going to centre my paper into there, and now I'm going to do pretty much the same as what Katie did. So I'm going to go over here, but I haven't got my pin.
Oh, brilliant!
And what I'm doing is I'm sticking it to the sticky side of this one. And because you really only want a light spray, you don't want a lot, you just want it to hold. I should have done the same shape and then we could compare. And we're just going to go all the way around. Just lift that up to get that little bit on. And then that last little one there. And then there again, you've got that piece round. Now, the alternative, like I say, is if you use your interfacer. I mean, feel how thin, that's thinner than paper. Yeah. How many layers are you going to have? Shall we test?
Yeah, let's test.
Let's have a test. We'll see how many layers of this you can get through. Shall we do a diamond? Because that's smaller. Right, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8.
Go on.
I'm going for it.
Go on.
16.
Let's try it.
We'll see what happens. Okay.
The only thing that it'll do is it won't cut.
So what we're going to do is get our plates. Oh, hang on. Now the first thing is, can you see in my die, we've still got the little dot from before. You just need to make sure your dies are clean before you cut that. If you've got a die brush, you can use the die brush.
Papercraft will know that, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
It's just us soft crafters. We're not used to that.
And what I'm going to do is do it at the edge there, because I think next time we could do another one in there. So if I pop that, so we've got our clear plate, metal shim. You can try it without the metal shim. Well, if it doesn't like it, you can put it through. Plastic shim, and then out of the clear cutting plate.
In we go.
And that's going to go through, and we'll see how many. And then, just while Katie's cutting those there, I'm going to show you another way as well. So we've got our shape, we've got our die. Now this time, out of the glues, we've got our textile glue. Now, the one thing that I tend to do with this is, if you have one, now again, as any paper crafters watching, you'll know those little tubes that you get with a little pointy edge. I don't know what they're called, what you can put your glue in as like a dispenser. So I'm just going to use a bit of this, Katie, to put this glue on. So what I would do is I would pop a little bit of glue on there to be working with, because we don't want a load anywhere. And then what you do is, I've got a pin here, but you could use a cocktail stick, and basically you only, again, just want to put, I think I should have put a little bit more glue on there. I'll do one side to show. Again, you're just going to put a little bit of glue all the way around. But if you've got a cocktail stick or any little implement you want to use, so you're going to go around with your glue, and again, you're going to have the same effect. Now with this one, this washes out after 40 degrees, so you need to just be mindful of your project. But again, can you see how that's stuck down? So you'd go all the way around with that. And then your other option is if you have a glue stick. And again, you're just going to have, now you can do it on the fabric. And I tend to do a little bit on the fabric before. And then if I just fold that around, again, it's going to stick down. And then if I compare that to, where's the other one I did? Oh, there it is up there. So I haven't done the bottom bit there, but can you see there? I just folded it, started the other side, but you're still getting that crisp edge. So there's a few different ways, isn't there, that you can do it. I must admit, I like to do the interfacing, because like with your not taking the basin stitches out, it takes that extra stage out, doesn't it? And then it's quicker. And we like it quick. So here we go. Let's see how many we cut. We tried for 16. Well, look at that.
It's done it.
Absolutely no bother.
And they're
so you've got
nice
16.
And tight.
So
actually, the way that it does this, so that they are kind of stuck together, makes it so much easier to store them. Because if you are cutting them from regular paper, and they're flying all over the place, aren't they? So look at that.
But yeah, that's fantastic. And again, if you doubled up on them and you got two, say for £8, $11, you got two sets. How many? Do you know what, Katie? Let's go for it. I'm going to go double. I'm going to be so brave. Where's our scissors?
Oh,
yeah, we're going to try some more. Let's have a go. And this, because when you're making a project with lots of small pieces, you do need a lot of pieces. You are going to go through it. I mean, and it's one of, I mean, it's not like an overnight project. It's going to be one that you're going to have run for a few months. You know, if you're going off travelling, or if you're even just on the train.
It is great for a portable project. You know, if you're going to the dentist and you're waiting, or the doctors and you're waiting.
Swimming class with the kids or whatever, you know. So I've tripled that now. So we've now got 24.
Do you want a bit of tape?
Oh, go rogue. I think you can go rogue.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Oh, you are a rebel, you. So brave.
But it just shows how, although it might seem, well, it's hand stitches, so it's actually quite quick. And again, if you are trying, I mean, where's me ruler? So if I was trying to cut all of these shapes out with these,
forever.
so I'm going to have my bit of fabric. I'm going to have my rotary cutter. I'm going to say, right, so I need to cut a strip. Right, I need, what measurement's that going to be? So let's measure. It's going to be, is it an inch? About an inch. So we're going to cut an inch. And then we're going to cut, and then we need to work out how am I going to do my diamonds? I've got my lines on here. I'm going to cut them out. At this point, I'm only cutting 2 out. And I'm using our 45mm rotary cutter, which is fab. I'm also using our...
today, haven't we, on 5 for 5?
We have. I'm also using our A2 folding cutting mat, which is great. I mean, even for storage. I think I might have even cut that out the wrong size, Kate. Have I done it too big?
I think you have, yeah.
But I've only cut 2.
I'm not certain.
And in the meantime, Katie's been cutting 24 of the same size, but the paper version through the Gemini. So, you know.
Yeah, so I've got...
And also as well, we had 18-second pass. Has it got nearly through them?
Nearly through. All I need to do there is just snip with...
Yeah.
If I'd have put that through twice, if I'd have reversed it and sent it through again, I think that would have cut.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
That's absolutely fantastic.
So can we look at the sets again, Katie? Because we've done, these are the jewel and the diamond.
Yeah. And then we've got the honeycomb and the square.
I do like the honeycomb because that just gives it a little bit of difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And that square fits around that hexagon. As you can see, if I turn it round, we've got the plant, is it a plant holder? Yes, like a plant holder on there. But again, you can go online and get inspiration from the website.
Yeah, there are loads of different ideas. We've also got the hexagon and the triangle there. And again, like Bernie said, it's not a butterfly. That's a hexagon. Like Bernie said, the shapes are actually interchangeable. So you can use your jewel shape with your hexagon, with your triangle, with your square.
Wow!
They're all
all 3 sets.
Yeah, they all work together. They're all interchangeable. So they are.
That's amazing that you're getting those to work.
Yeah.
Work together.
And I think that just makes them even
better. But I say I'd
value.
Pop a couple of sets in.
I would, yeah, to be honest.
And you're going to cut all of them. I mean, there we would have cut 2 lots. We would have cut 48 in one go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. So they are our English paper piecing dies.
Don't need a sewing machine.
You don't. However,
you
can actually sew them with a sewing machine if you wanted to as well.
But that would be quite tricky.
But
let's not make it too difficult for people.
That's me.
Bernie likes to make things difficult.
Okay.
Convert paper crafts. Not scare the poor people off.
No, we don't. We won't
with your tiny.
We don't. But yeah, they are great because if you just want to go into sewing, hand sewing's a great way to go into it.
Exactly. And if you give it a try and you decide that you absolutely cannot stand sewing at all, which I would be surprised, you can still use it for paper crafting and all your multimedia or mixed media projects. It works absolutely perfectly with that.
We're getting near the end of the show now. I'm going to have a look and see if we've had any more comments. Let's have a look.
I'll have a look. I don't know where I've put me.
Oh, lots of comments.
Where's my pie bag?
How does Bernie close up the lining in the bag she made? Mary. Right, Mary. So, you've got a couple of choices, dead quick. What you can do is you'd press your seams on the inside, give it a press, and you can get it nice and neat. And you can, with your sewing machine, you can go and sew just along the edge, close to the edge, seeing it on your sewing machine. Or you can do what's called a ladder stitch or a whip stitch, just to close it that way, and then it's closed. But remember to get your fasteners on first before you put your lining, before you close your lining up. So I hope that answers your question, Mary.
Party bag. £130 worth of goodies for £30. It is a mystery. You don't know what you're getting.
I want one.
But you could be getting such as the threaders.
There's the monogram makers, aren't there?
Yep.
Yeah, and you get 2 each in there as well if you get those on. Look at that one, like Scandi. Oh, it is Scandi.
See, you can use those for the glitter pastes.
So you glitter paste, you can draw through them. If you've got heat erasable pens, you can draw through them then, and then use if you've got the 5 and 5 deal on the Egyptian cotton embroidery thread, you can embroider them with that as well. And they're very, very versatile. You can actually ink through them as well. If you're paper crafting, you can ink those designs onto your cards or your canvases, your boxes, whatever you make. And we've got a magazine in here. Is that on the front, Katie?
You get this beautiful picture of me before I embraced my grey hair. So this is just
an idea of what, of similar, could be anything. Absolutely anything. But it will be needlecraft related.
It will be needlecraft.
£130 worth of stuff in there to get you started. Or to build up your stash, continue your sewing journey.
All sorts. We've had dyes before. We've had like CD-ROMs. We've had CD-ROMs. We've had all sorts of great
fabric,
things.
And we all love fabric.
Yeah.
I talked to a few paper crafters who tell me that they have fabric. One very close to us, Debbie Robinson, has lots of fabric, and she shouldn't sew yet.
I need to get her.
Yet, so we need. Me and Debbie's on next week, so. Yeah. We'll have to have a go and see if we can get them sewing. But yeah, Debbie has got some fabric. Yeah, she tell me off now for telling her secrets.
Crazy woman.
So we're nearly at the end of the show. How many amazing offers have we had today?
Many.
Remember, you've got 48 hours on the website. Get on there, place your orders. However, the party bag, we can't promise that it's going to be there 48 hours.
No.
Because it is flying.
No.
And the build-to-block alphabet and numbers is really popular as well. It's absolutely
Mary says thank you, by the way,
brilliant.
For your lining tips.
Oh, you're welcome, Mary. Thank you for watching. So that's it. We're done.
That's it from us. We're done. Yeah, home time.
Thank you everybody for watching tonight. Yeah, we've had a blast, haven't we? It's been really fun. I've loved this section of working together because it shows how we bounce ideas off each other, and this is how we work in our day-to-day as well, don't we? Bouncing ideas and learning new techniques. So hopefully Kitty's learned something from me, and I know I've learned something from her, especially sewing not through my paper.
Yeah, don't sew through your paper.
Who knew? So that's it for today's show. Shall we see what's coming up? What have we got coming up for the rest of the week? Or shall we have a look at the deals again? Do you think we'll...
No, everything is on the website. You can click through now. We've got all of the offers there for the next 48 hours or until they sell out. So go and have a little look on those. And we will see, you'll be seeing them next week.
Next Wednesday. I'm here next Wednesday with Debbie Robinson.
And
I'll be bringing her some fabric.
Back in my box, and I won't be out for a little while longer.
I'm sure she'll be back soon. I'm sure you'll be back soon.
I will be back soon.
But there's lots of exciting things coming up, so keep tuned, keep watching.
There are.
Keep all across social media, all of our platforms for news and special offers and deals, everything. Just everything. Just keep your eyes peeled. And we are going to see you soon. Thanks for watching.
Thanks ever so much. Bye.